Here's Anya Fedorovic back to serve for Georgia Tech. And we are underway. And Heredia Cologne right away. No surprise there, Keely. She gets it started. Very efficient this season. Took a little bit of a dip in her efficiency the past few games, but started out with a bang. There's Mimi Mambu, the freshman on the outside for Georgia Tech.
Wilson defending left back as liberos out in that rotation.
Excited to watch Mambu tonight after a 17-kill performance against Georgia. Though high in air, but there's Cologne. You know it's going to her, and you know there's going to be power.
This line shot is just lethal. Number one, like we said, in points.
You love to see it. Garibaldi, a transfer from Pittsburgh. And there's an ace serve from Fedorovic. Feliciano's serve is dug by Velez. Neilani Feliciano goes back to the service line. Miscommunication there, but kept alive on Georgia Tech's side, but into a massive block on Miami's side of the net.
This is Miami defense stepping up. We knew Miami, number one in the ACC currently in points per set. They have the block. We see a very steady pace for Georgia Tech.
Kept in play. Mambu taken out of system swing, and Georgia Tech gets the block.
But still a good time to get the middle back involved in the offense.
Suarez goes to Mendez. It works.
Let's go. Mendez on the outside. Smile that. Coming up with your first kill of the night. Authoritative between the seam of two defenders.
We talked about Mendez in the open. There's been having so many conversations with her about how she's got to play a bigger role as Cologne gets it done for Miami.
We're going to do this.
She plays with a fire that head coach Michelle Collier said you do not want to get her rolling as Rodriguez takes a swing. You love to see those setter dumps. Out of system to Heredia Cologne, and it does not matter.
Because Rodriguez needs a kill, she's going to set outside.
Looking for a good serve here to get Miami out of system. Although Rodriguez still finds Heredia Cologne no matter what. Goes for the setter dump and gets it. Oh, yeah.
Rodriguez giving her a tap on the hip like, be ready.
And I think that's what makes a player of the year type player is it doesn't matter if the other team knows it's going to you. You can still score. And Mambu goes right to the block. And you've got Logan Wiley, the former Georgia Tech player, fired up. With Mimi Mambu behind the service line for Georgia Tech. Ball's in play. She goes to Carney on the right side. Out of system. Back row to Heredia Cologne. A tip gets it done. We've got set point Miami again. Say you expect Heredia Cologne to go off speed a ton, but she mixes it in there, catches her opponents off guard, right into the block, and that'll do it for set one. Miami hung in there in that first set. How do you respond now, Keely?
If you're Georgia Tech, you have to stay determined and play the long game to get through on that top spin.
We love a good celly. Here's Mendez. Gets through.
Incredible player. Just keep going with the risk taking.
Swing away. That's what head coach Collier says. Wow. Carney. It's down and in. Suarez. Into the block. She's really got to develop. Mambu with the pass. Suarez goes to her middle. They kept it alive, and Miami. Garibaldi transferred from Pittsburgh, got to learn from some of the best middle blockers in the country in Bree Kelly and Ryla Jones, but there's Heredia.
About making this angle of a shot. Watch that coming inside, right by the 10-foot line.
Yeah, good luck. And then you got one of the best servers for the Hurricanes. Velez falls back to pass that. They go to Mambu on the outside. Out of system for Miami. Who do you go to? Heredia Cologne. Suarez goes to Deandra Pierce in the middle. Free ball for Georgia Tech. Try to run the middle, but a little misconnect there. Ava Carney finds hands. Mambu into a brick wall.
Watch the 1-2 on the finish. Extra penetration and the walk-off. Like, yes.
Heredia Cologne with the power.
What? Coach Collier did a little head tilt on that and off. This is an out-of-system bump set, cross court, and Heredia Cologne putting one down.
Wiley in the middle, looking for a touch. She'll get it. It's Feliciano. A serve. Almost another one. Georgia Tech battles to keep that one alive. Into the block. Miami keeps it. Heredia Cologne finds a gap on the court. Looks like a miscommunication there defensively on Georgia Tech's side of the net. Pressure off of these young players has been the biggest challenge and emphasis for her early in this non-conference season. As we see one of those freshmen out of the back row in Mimi Mambu. And there's one of those young moments, a little miscommunication there, and Mimi Mambu not able to.
As they wait to hear the setter call mine.
Suarez kept that one alive. Feliciano with the overdig. Dahlia Wilson, she's calling for a touch. They're gonna give it to her.
Like, we're gonna do this, and one of the best competitors Georgia Tech's brought in.
Wilson.
For what's to come, what Miami can do and take down what's ahead.
Dahlia Wilson hitting 700 on the match. That's insane efficiency, even for a middle. NJ off hands and out.
Think about maybe in the second set, they might go back to that two-setter offense.
Rodriguez calls her own number. A little misconnect, but Garibaldi's still able to get it done there. And even if it's just trying to get a little bit of momentum to carry into set 3, really switch the narrative. It's kind of quiet in O'Keefe Gymnasium, which is not typical, and they like to use the crowd to their advantage. But Dahlia Wilson gets it done on the slide. Just a different look to give to Miami.
Oh, showing leader tip.
4 aces for Rodriguez on the match. Pretty good night. Is it in? It is. The service run continues for Rodriguez.
Rodriguez going through the seam of 2 freshmen outsides between Groom.
Velez. Groom says, I could do that too. Tools the block.
Setter.
Serve from NJ. And there's
pushes the team, and you're seeing that consistency.
And an ace serve. Dahlia Wilson from behind the service line for Miami. Despagne into the block. Kept alive by Georgia Tech. She'll get another crack at it. And this time, tools the block. Off hands, out of bounds, point Georgia Tech. Rodriguez goes to her middle with Logan Wiley. Mendez on the right side into a brick wall. 9 total blocks for Miami on the match. Georgia Tech only 2 blocks. Here's Mendez. She'll dump it down. Trying to avoid the sweep, desperately needs a momentum shift here. Heredia Cologne out of the back row. Tote to the Puyu.
She's been automatic today. If you get a pass, Why not set Wilson?
Carney on the right side. Room into the block. And it's showing tonight. A serve for Georgia Tech. Carney unable to pass that one.
If you're going to make a run, this is the time.
Suarez, one of the most consistent players for Georgia Tech, but Dahlia Wilson in the middle with the hammer. Suarez to Mendez. Wilson from behind the service line has been dominant offensively and defensively at the net all night. Despania powers one through. Send Velez back to serve, one of their most consistent players, battling in the backcourt, and she gets an ace.
You got the outside hitter, Heredia Colon, ready for it.
Rodriguez to Carney on the right side. Suarez finds Deandra Pierce. Out of system set to Heredia Colon. Here's Mendez. Despania gets a piece of the corner.
Has a better matchup on the outside.
Suarez sets Despania. Fire me up. Mendez behind the service line. And a service error will do it. Miami sweeps, comes into town, into O'Keefe Gymnasium, one of the hardest places to play.